welcome back for part 2 of a Let's Play on Hogwarts Legacy. I think I've got most of my graphics settings figured out here. At the very least, I can, when not transitioning between menus, be at about a solid 60. We'll see what the cutscenes look like with multiple people in them, because that seems to be where I was hitting the main bottleneck, dropping me down into the 40s. But it is what it is. You gotta love a game that's not properly optimized, but still sees a 40 series card and goes, oh hey, let's turn everything to Ultra. So, once more under the breach. Guessing I'm in the 5th year dorm. This is also one of the things I enjoyed about other quote-unquote magical school stories. As you went up in year, you got better and better rooms, to the point where by the time you're in the 3rd or 4th year, or by the time you're in the 5th year, you live alone. You're still in a dorm, but you're alone in your apartment.
I bet Black could tell a few tales about his days at Hogwarts, when he was a student, I mean.
I couldn't agree more.
All I can say is, it's lucky the boys have their own dormitory.
Let's see here. Well, there's not much to expect from my fellow
do you think Black
Hufflepuffs.
will be headmaster? I have family in America. Wonder if I could transfer to Ilvermorny and come back when he's gone.
I doubt there's ever been a headmaster as hated as Black. Dubious honor indeed.
Black noticed a scut on his shoe the other day and would not take another step until a house elf polished it away for him. Poor man.
I'm convinced I'm the only one in my dorm who wants to snore. I shall need a sleeping draught to get a good night's sleep if it keeps up.
Okay, so kind of interesting. There's definitely some stuff that I want to figure out here. I know that the thing back here is the flu system, which I'm definitely going to need for fast traveling. I don't know where the Hufflepuff House crest is, though.
Headmaster of Hogwarts must have been the victim of a flock of wolves.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Oh, hello. She's awfully regal, isn't she?
Is that your owl?
I don't know who she is. Likely one of the Hufflepuffs around here. Owls choose their own company anyway. Wait, you're the new 5th year. Quite the dramatic entrance you made. Can't imagine wanting to call attention to yourself, especially since everyone will be watching to see how much you already know.
I am a bit concerned. I have a lot of catching up to do.
Indeed, 4 years of schoolwork is a bit... being that far behind, I'd feel so... inadequate. Of course, presumably, as a hard-working Hufflepuff, you'll prove yourself in no time. I'm hard-working too, as you might suspect. But sometimes I think I should have been a Ravenclaw. I've rather a searing wit. At least people have always told me so. I'm Lenora, by the way. Lenora Everly. Well, mustn't keep you. You've such a lot to do.
It was nice meeting you, Lenora.
Of course. Adieu.
Arthur's got you. You don't need to be frightened, little cat.
What's this? Do you happen to have any Valerian fruit?
Oh, Uncle, this doesn't sound like you. Something's wrong.
Only, I can't
Oh,
remember where I
hello
found
there.
mine.
You're the new Hufflepuff, yes? I'm Adelaide. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just a bit distracted. Letter from my uncle. So tell me, I've been hearing all sorts of rumors. Were you really nearly gobbled up by a dragon?
If you don't mind, I'd prefer to just forget about it.
Oh dear, it must have been bad. I mean, of course it was. I know I would have been terrified. Sorry.
Well,
Well, anyway,
that I'm not allowed
I imagine
to talk
you have
about
lots
it,
to
but
do.
okay.
I hope you have a wonderful first day.
Are you sure everything is all right with your uncle?
Oh, yes, he travels for work, always busy. I'm sure he just wrote it in a rush. Nothing to worry about.
Thank you, Adelaide. Be seeing you.
Of course, and good luck.
Arthur's got you. It's all right. You don't need to be frightened, little cat.
I can't quite reach.
Come on, he went that way.
Hope they can catch him. Big castle for a student to get lost in, let alone a cat. I'm sure you'll find your way all right. I mean, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. I still get lost sometimes. Welcome to Hufflepuff, by the way. Really glad to have you in our house. I'm Arthur.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Was that your cat?
No, one of the first years, I think. Don't have any pets of my own, unfortunately. My mother doesn't think too highly of them, especially magical ones.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think magical beasts are rather incredible.
Best thing about coming to Hogwarts. Nifflers, glumbumbles, bowtruckles. I thought they were only pictures in books before. Well, Dad did bring home a puffskein once. Mum was furious. Anyway, I better go make sure the first years caught that cat. Don't want them to be late on their first day.
Nice meeting you, Arthur. And good luck finding that cat.
Thank you. Try not to get lost in the castle yourself.
Is the new Hufflepuff out of bed yet? Professor Weasley's waiting for them outside the common room.
It's hardly worth studying for potions, unless you're anticipating being poisoned sometime in the near future.
Well, in that case, I should probably learn.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it.
All right.
You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your
frame rate is
unique
mostly
situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Yes, but didn't
Thank
a
you,
bunch of the
Professor,
pages
but
just disappear?
What do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This
Revelio.
way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up.
Oh, trust me, I'm trying. If I had a better Revelio charm, it'd probably be easier.
Simply cast Revelio on it.
Revelio.
And we'll see what the guide says.
Oh. Okay, we're going to be using that to grind EXP early. At least until we get access to the arenas.
Clever,
Surely
isn't
a
it?
bit.
Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Revelio.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Yay, now we can fast travel. If I remember correctly, I don't really get access to a lot of the
And here we are.
reasons to go exploring.
Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
I adore the hustle and bustle of Central Hall.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
Revelio.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
I mistook a Snargluff pod for a puffer pod the other day and
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Oh yes, the teacher teaching me on how to defend against the dark arts is named after a dark god.
You mentioned Hogsmeade,
That's not a
Professor.
problem.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Good luck
she knows
today.
we're both lying.
And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Okay. Real quick, before I talk to you, buddy.
Revelio.
Oh. I don't know what that is.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well-trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Okay. Shows Professor Hecat's class in the lower section of the astronomy wing. Okay, defense against dark arts will give me Levioso, which is nice. It's definitely one that I need. Okay, I already started tracking it.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Okay. Okay, welcome to Hogwarts.
Transfiguration is dangerous.
Yeah, I know how to do the Charmed Compass. May have watched a few how-to videos here. Accio, that I need more. Levioso is great for combat. Accio is great for things like these flying pages.
Oh, I've been turned around on the grand staircase one too many times.
I wonder how we'd get into Black's office. Not that I'd want to go in.
Okay, let's go up. And... okay, I'm at altitude.
Right! You must try it! Slow coach! Slow coach!
Oh, peeves. Alright, and then it should be in this wing over here. Or not. The heck am I?
Revelio.
Oh, there's stuff up there. But not what I'm looking for. Ah, Okay, well, I guess we'll just use the compass thing. I was gonna try and find my own way.
Revelio.
Oh, that door opens. Okay, so I walked right past it.
Revelio.
Okay, so upstairs there are at least one chest.
Revelio.
Is it still above, or is it... Nope, it's over here. Just the women's loot. Oh, hey. Better gear already. I think I will equip it. Okay, I haven't got an outpost yet. Okay, well, let's go upstairs.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit.
Imelda
We sometimes have to remind him.
Alright, let's see if we can get Accio. Accio will get me access to more of the pages. The other spell that gets me access to them is Levioso.
Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met
Yeah, I
Professor
wish I could
Ronan
change the
yet?
voice for this chick. I already changed the face. But
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Wow. That was not subtle at all. Okay, so I'm still dipping down to 45
I've
FPS
always
out
found that fun goes hand in hand with
look up
mastery,
settings and
as
see
I'm sure the Quidditch players
most
amongst us
taxing
would
on the
agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put
I know
our
my
prowess
CPU
with the
can
summoning
handle this.
charm
It's gotta
to
be the
the
GPU or
test,
the RAM.
right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres. Excellent control there. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, that's it! Very good!
80 points. Marginal.
Very good. Points to Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us see this. There we go.
Accio.
Splendid!
Here we go.
Alright, I need a little bit more force next time.
Yes! Nicely done. Be sharp.
Yeah. Haha.
Accio.
A perfect score! Remarkable.
I just never had quite enough energy to knock her balls out of the court.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this. There we go.
Accio.
Here we go.
Okay. Getting a hang of it.
Yes!
Not to worry.
Okay. So I have to knock her ball
What's
out
this?
and put mine in the 50.
Phew.
There's no choice for it.
Accio.
Excellent control there.
Nah, I know I can beat her at this.
You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Let us see this. There we go.
Accio.
You are not making this easy for me, are you? Here we go! That is how it's done.
Very good.
Be sharp.
Yeah, that wasn't good enough, honey.
Yes!
You're only going to get 30 points.
A perfect score. Remarkable. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
All right.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this. There we go.
Accio.
That's it.
I don't need to mess with her 30-point balls. I just
What's
need to knock her 50-point balls out.
That
Which
is how
just got a
it's
little
done.
harder.
Quite impressive. Here we go.
Not as impressive as it needs to be. So you're going to get 60 points, Natsai.
Phew.
Accio.
Two perfect rounds. You're a natural.
Not enough oomph. I almost beat her with only 2 30s on her side. Almost.
Very
Yes, I know it
good,
required
both
2
of
bites
you.
at the apple.
Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu
really
much
don't
bigger
care,
than
but I
Hogwarts?
probably have to ask.
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
Spells cast without a wand must be less powerful than those cast with a wand.
No, not at all. Wizarding magic cast without a wand is just as powerful. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking.
You gotta love when they
I
add
do
things to
miss
the lore that didn't
Wagadu,
really exist.
but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. I think
'Cause
Professor
in the
Ronan wants to
books,
talk to you.
If you were
You
disarmed
better
with your
not
wand,
keep him
you were pretty
waiting.
much powerless.
Until next time.
Because a wand was a required focusing element
Of
for a
course,
spell.
you can use accurate
A word,
humans,
if you would.
if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on
You
clothing
wanted to
be
speak with me,
precise.
Professor?
I did.
You know it won't work
I
on you.
trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Hopefully that'll give me my ignition charm, because I need one for the bridge puzzle.
Revelio.
Oh, there's something up here. And the door's locked. You dirty, mean old Indian.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello. You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Revelio. Accio.
Okay, so now I can go get those paper scrolls that have been flying
What
around,
was the
like
ministry?
that one.
Then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752.
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
I'm
lies.
not telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Ooh, fight, fight! It's a bold attack. Was the minister a boot or the minister a flack?
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack. She says it's a boot, and he says it's a flack.
Peeves, enough. You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't boot and it wasn't flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black.
Okay, so unicorn is 2. Oh, no, that's 1. So 5, I need 7. No, it's... Unless I'm messing up my math. Oh, that. Okay, hold on. I need 2. Three, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so that should be a 0, which makes unicorn a 1, which makes that a 2. Alright. Alright, so we know that's the right one. What about ah? There we go. If my math is right, and it usually is. Okay, Tower Spire.
Revelio.
Cedar Rivet Gloves. Good. Early game item. Okay, we got the Flu Network over here, which we already picked up. Good. Now, if I remember correctly, in Central Hall... Go grab the other one real quick. Where'd the page go? There it is. Yeah, most of the way up a level. Got fresh gloves. Okay, defense against dark arts classes. Okay, so I'm gonna track that, but really quick here. Let's go up to astronomy, see what we can find up there, and then we'll go back down to defense against dark arts. There's gotta be more pages hidden in this tower.
Will they not be allowed to attend?
Couldn't agree more. Not to mention, it exposes us to their backward way of thinking.
Talking about muggleborns again?
Yes, and how they shouldn't be allowed at all.
Well, believe it or not, every way of thinking that is different is backward. Now, trying to say that
Revelio.
Wandless magic is more powerful than wanded magic. That is a bit retarded. There you are.
Revelio.
Okay. Well, that's all she wrote in regards to the astronomy tower for now. Check back later, see if there's anything else, but more than likely anything else up there requires a picklock. And I haven't got access to a picklock.
I like to keep a bit of Wiggenweld potion under my bed.
And have you seen
Revelio.
Professors look at your clothes? Black looks at me like I'm a pauper. I swear the man
Okay, yep. Ronan's got stuff in his office, which I would love to have, but... Okay, that's that flu channel. Okay, that's not a classroom door.
Revelio.
Pop up to the fine school, don't you think?
That's the loo. Oh yeah, I've been here before. What was up here? Oh, charms.
Revelio.
When I fell off my broom and broke...
Revelio.
I was just registering the flu network.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Stupefy! Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Okay.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Sorry if I've been a bit quiet. Talking in these scenes.
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember.
Levioso.
Good. Now, well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Levioso, this will not be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
I do enjoy a lively duel.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Hufflepuff.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon
I do
with
like that they
additional
made
assignments.
Professor Hecat an old crone, considering Hecate
All
was a
right, that's enough
dark
spectacle
god,
for one
usually
day. Class is
projected as a
dismissed.
old female in her representations. Alright, so we'll talk with him.
Nice work.
And then we're gonna save and end it for today, because I just realized we are nearing an hour.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Unsanctioned dueling? Please tell me more.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, You're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library. You just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
He is going to be very
perhaps somewhere
instrumental to our future, as
unsanctioned.
He's going to teach us invisibility.
We'll see if your
and
performance today was sheer luck
some darker
or
spells.
actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Okay. Completed the quest, which takes me to level 3, thanks to all the notes I've been.
Revelio.
Oh, her door's locked. Yes, it is. She's got 2 chests and a freaking thing up there that I need, but I can't get access to any of it at the moment. Alright. Settings. Save game. Alright. Create a manual save here. And we will call it at this point. So, I thank everybody for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. And take care. If you have any thoughts, comments, quips, or jokes that you'd like to drop off in the comments, please leave them below. Take care.